Hello, I'm Kenny Lowry. Today we're going to take a look at the Rustic, one of the Rustic series of urns. This is a four-handle Tuscan oil jar, and it is one of the Rustic series of pottery fountains. The Rustic series is fired in a primitive method, and I'll show you up close on this. You'll see just how primitive this is. The finish is primitive. The way it's made, it's all by hand. It's kind of a primitive look. It's fired in a dragon kiln, and they've probably been using that dragon kiln 1,000 years. It's fired with wood. Same way they did it 500 years ago or 1,000 years ago. Same way they made pottery back then. So it's fired with wood, and the wood mixes, the ash from the wood mixes in the glaze. And you'll see sometimes there's a lot of variation on certain colors, especially like the yellow, to a lesser degree green. I think the red's fairly consistent. I've had a few of these jars, and they seem to be all of them pretty consistent in color. But I'll show you up close. You'll see some little pieces of blue in there, some darker shades, some almost kind of looks green. And I'll show you up close now. I like the Rustic series. It's not perfect. It has a kind of a rough texture to it, and it has its place. Sometimes the high glossy glaze ones, sometimes they're almost too perfect, if you know what I mean about that. I think the Rustic kind of looks like it's handmade. And I'll show you up close. You can see that right there. That's an imperfection. There's no glaze right there on that particular spot. So, and then you got places like this where probably some clay was sticking up and it got fired on there. So you'll have things like that. You can see the handles. You know, you can tell that's handmade. That's not perfect. And the Rustic series is all going to be that way. It's a really nice deep red color. I'm kind of particular about the reds. I don't like those bright color reds. So anytime I get a red, I try to get a deeper color red. And that's what this is. As always, if you have any questions, you can give us a call or send us an email.